What's cool about Santa Marta is that it's close to friggin' paradise. Okay, so you can go to all these little small villages. There's Tayrona Park, some whole bunch of stuff that you could do. But I'll just start with Santa Marta. We get to this hostel, and first thing that the receptionist tells us, he takes a good look at the group. He outs Michael, and he's like, "What happened to your face?"
It's like the fourth time you mention it. Like they were shocked. Face, yeah, my face was peeling. My nose was basically like like stone. It was so like crusty. It just wasn't super chill. It wasn't fantastic. It was not a good idea to not put sunscreen. And I know you guys have been trying to get me to say that, but I said to everyone, bro, the sun is a million miles away. In my defense, the sun is a million miles away. Why are you guys scared of the sun?
It's really funny how life goes full circle because right outside of that little hostel was a basketball court. And the homies were there, and there just so happened to be a ball. So me and my boy Abdul, we made a team, and then we had a 2-on-2 basketball game in flip flops where we played a series to three. Me and Abdullah won the first two. Jeffrey and Anas won the last one. But somehow, Anas and Jeffrey think that they won that.
All I'm gonna say is the real ones know.
Me and Jeffrey, Dream Team versus Lucas and Abdul. Who you think is gonna win? Obviously the Dream Team. We had this little playoff series. We ended up winning the last game. And obviously the one who wins the last game of the playoff series moves on to the finals.
Makes sense.
So we won. And that's that.
Slapped them for 2 games, and then we're pretty much done. We're like, okay, let's just go back. And then they wanted to play one last game, so we played one last game, and they just beat us.
The real ones know exactly what it is, what it had to be. You know what I'm saying? Some people might call it murder.
So the series is 2-1. We won the series, right? That last game doesn't mean anything, but according to our friend Anas, whoever wins the last game is the champ. So it doesn't matter if we've won like 5 games prior to that. If he won that one last game, that means that he wins. I don't understand that logic, but hey, if it makes you happy, whatever. And I wouldn't be scared to take that 2v2 again and slap them again.
Winners win at the end of the day, you know what I mean? And they can say whatever they want. You know what it had to be, and there's no apologies, you know? No one's safe.
I should mention this place called Taganga. Marta, apparently the best beach is this place called Taganga. So me and Jeffrey get into Uber. We're like, you guys can meet us there later. So we get to this point. This taxi takes us to this point. He's like, yeah, you can't get there by car. You got to take a boat. I was like, you got to take a boat? What you mean? But me and Jeffrey were the type of guys, like when we travel, I've traveled with Jeffrey in Europe before, so we're the type of guys that, let's just roll with it.
So we go to this random city. Lucas has to haggle a little bit. What I liked about traveling with someone who speaks Spanish, that they can haggle for you, you know? And anything can be negotiated, right? We go around the corner from this fisherman village until this beautiful beach, man.
Yeah, we had the Bluetooth speaker. It was fire. We had a good time there. But the best thing about Taganga was I had this fish soup. I had like a whole fish swimming in there. Yeah, obviously he was dead, but
Well, you know, like,
I think it was red snapper. It was in the soup. Fire. Like,
And then, like, I think one of my favorite moments was coming back from there, because when we came back towards the night, because we got to leave around 6, 7, there was a sunset, man. And going through the boat with the sunset, get to, like, back to the bay, the fisherman village, there's dogs, people are just out, you know, drinking beers. We got a Colombiana on this random, like, corner store, and just the energy, man. Like, I felt so at peace. Sometimes we don't take enough time to appreciate, like, moments like that at all. And, like, it taught me, like, Colombia has a lot of beautiful places, man.
Meanwhile, I guess Anas had been trying to reach out to these French girls that were also, we had met in Medellin, and they were also they were in the same area as us. They were like, we're going to this place called Minca. And I was like, I'm trying to go Palomino right now. And my friends were like, oh, but these French girls, though. One of the things I wasn't too comfortable with was the fact that I had to sleep in the same room as my friend Jeffrey. So I love you, Jeffrey, but you snore like a freaking tractor.
Well, just snoring goes back to even further than Menka, yo. We were in Berlin together. Jeff's snoring was so bad that Lucky had to leave and go sleep in the kitchen Like this guy, like he's out and he snores like a tractor. In Cartagena, like we made him have his own room because we're like, yeah, no, we're not handling this anymore. So you take the master.
And Jeffrey was snoring all night.
Yo, that was my next question. I was like, how is Jeffrey snoring?
Jeffrey was snoring all night. No one could sleep. So everybody dipped the room. I was sleeping outside. Everybody was sleeping somewhere different.
Is that bad?
It was that bad, man. It was that bad.
God damn.
Yeah.
We booked the room together. I knew Jeffrey was gonna snore like a Harley Davidson, and so I said no. I didn't even step into that room. I got my pillow, I got my blanket, I put on my hoodie, slept outside on the tent, saw the stars. It was amazing. That was, in my opinion, the best decision I made.
Let me explain the situation, you know. I feel there's a lot of, you know, first of all, maybe they were just drunk. You know, maybe they don't know what they were really hearing. But what I can tell you is that, you know, I think in another life I was probably Buddha. You know what I mean? So, you know, my snores probably, you know, created the craters in the, you know, planet Earth. You know, it made the ocean turn into waves, you know what I mean? Caused tornadoes, earthquakes, you know. Like, in some ways, you can say I shaped life, man. And, you know, they can say whatever they want, but I know what the truth is. We all know what the truth is, you know?
I guess I should give you guys a little bit more info about Minca. Minca is basically at the top of a mountain in the jungle. You can't get there by walking. You have to basically get either a motorcycle. We had luggage, so we needed to take an old ass Toyota, you know. And you know, we made our way up to the mountain, and there was this beautiful. Is honestly, the hostel is beautiful, but the rooms and the bathrooms and the amenities are a mess. Like, I would not stay there again.
Like, the views was amazing. Like, the views were amazing, but they had like this net, and you could just lay on it and like overlook like the mountains.
That's nuts.
And it was really, really sick.
I made a really big effort to try to wake up with the sun there so I can see the jungle coming alive. And it was like a feeling like you can understand. Literally, as soon as the sun starts coming up, you can hear birds, you can hear like roars and like a bunch of trees and everything moving. It's an unreal experience. And it's a very unique experience that you won't get anywhere other than in a very isolated place. So as much as you like the city, there's something that's like sacred in a sense about being this close to nature.
Went there. Literally, we just went to this place because they wanted to link up with these French girls. I can do one night of no sleep because of Jeffrey. I can handle that. That's actually the day that Abdullah had to go. So he had to go back to Canada. So he took a bus to Barranquilla and then left, and we kept going to this place called Palomino. And that's where, you know, I was in paradise.